So the question is, are there too many tuk-tuks in Phnom Penh? And the answer is definitely yes. All you have to do is walk. I mean, walking will show you how desperate the environment is here to get fares, to get rides. I'm just across the street from like 5 motorbike taxis just sitting around, like 2 or 3 of the guys waving at me. I will walk around this area. This is near Riverside. And within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll probably be asked about 10 or 12 times if I need a tuk-tuk. So this is the classic Khmer Tuk Tuk. And you'll see the rails here. This is to guard from the bag snatching or purse snatching. So one of these carriages, and this officially is known as a remorque, they run anywhere from $800 to $1,100 for somebody. And so the more elaborate they are with the rails and stuff, the more expensive the carriage is going to be. Here's another classic one with the cage. So if you see one without a cage, it's probably one from the country because they don't need them as much there. But for Phnom Penh and Siem Reap, they definitely need these to prevent the bag snatchers. This is the one that's a little more naked. So this, if you get into one of these, then you gotta be careful a little bit more with your belongings. And I'd never leave anything on the floor. Most of these guys are pretty friendly. But it's pretty evident that there's just way too many of them. There's over 10,000, they say, in Phnom Penh around this time of year during the dry season. This guy's got his caged pretty good. Good luck to you, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nice to meet you. So nice to meet you. You're very nice. You deserve lots of business. You have this in the back too. This for protection, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Yeah, it's a good idea. I was photographing me, but I can photograph you.
Sure, yeah. No, I don't observe Christmas. I will wish you a Merry Christmas. I can see you too.
I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Diamond Island.
You know,
Diamond Island very nice place for your photo.
how much do you charge? $5? To go? Yeah, maybe tomorrow or the next day. Are you always here?
For me, all the
And this is one of the new auto rickshaws, and this guy's put some caging on the back as well because you can store your luggage in the back, and I guess that's an easy target for these guys as well. So this is Street 178, also known as Art Street, because there's a lot of artisans that have shops on this street. So not sure if you'll be able to get this on the plane, but there's lots of stuff that you can shop here for. Some really cool jewelry, textiles, scarves, all kinds of stuff like that in these shops. I'm on Street 178 because this street has one of the highest concentrations of tuk-tuks sitting around than almost any place else around Riverside here. So, you know, it's quite easy to walk along here and within 5 minutes get asked by, 5 or 7 guys if you want a tuk-tuk. So the way to kind of get around that is if you can walk on the opposite side of the street, it helps a little bit. It's easier to kind of ignore a few of the tuk-tuk questions. You don't have to respond to everybody when somebody asks you for if you want a tuk-tuk ride. So this is right across the street from the Royal University of Fine Arts. So a lot of these tuk-tuk drivers as well will try to sell you a tour, a half-day tour or a full-day tour, even 1 hour. So you can negotiate that yourself. Some of them kind of just throw it out there. They don't give you a price. And then some are just kind of more straightforward. But I'd say if they're asking $10 an hour, that's kind of high. Shouldn't be that high. But you can pay if you want. It's just that you probably could get the same thing somewhere else. And then you can just ask them a little bit more. If their English is quite fluent, then they might offer more than just driving you to places. But these tours as well might just be they're taking you to this stop, and this stop. They're not necessarily giving you any information or taking you around the sites as well. So I'd get that all clear beforehand. But ask around. The other option is just to book through your guest house or hotel. They would have some trustworthy guides or tuk-tuk drivers that can help you out, and they should be able to give you a market price or fair price. So I'm on Street 178 still, and I've got like about 4 guys asking me right now if I want a tuk-tuk. The reason why there's so many tuk-tuk drivers here as well is during the dry season, a lot of men that have been working out in the farms or the fields find that there's just not a lot of work there. So they come into the city, they come into Phnom Penh and try to pick up work with their tuk-tuk. And they'll often have their families stay just outside of the city, and they'll just sleep in the tuk-tuk, which, you know, doesn't sound great. Some of them kind of like the little bit of the space or the time away from the family as well. But these are some of the conditions that they're dealing with. This is just outside of the National Museum. One of the best things you could see, by the way, in Phnom Penh. So personally, I don't respond to everybody. I will say no if somebody's right in my face, or I'll just shake my head. If they're far enough away, I'll just ignore them, because sometimes you're being asked 4 or 5 times within like 30 seconds or a minute, and it'll drive you crazy if you say no to everybody. It's not rude to do that, by the way, to ignore somebody. And it's actually better if you give as little energy as possible, then they won't keep trying with you. If you're too polite and apologizing, then they'll just think that you're nice, and they'll just kind of try to work you a little bit, and you'll end up spending more energy saying no than you really need to. Oh, my favorite cargo. Then some of these drivers along Sisawath Quay here on the Riverside just offer a whole menu of other options and items besides tuk-tuk rides. They're all illegal, or most of them are illegal, so I would highly recommend you decline those offers, but that's your call. So for utility rides, like if I want to go to the shopping mall or supermarket or some restaurant that's a little ways away, I'll use one of the rideshare apps like PassApp Taxi or Grab. I'll take an auto rickshaw to wherever I want to go. And then if I want to do something big, like go to the killing fields or a few sites in one morning, or just something that's a little bit longer, I'll probably use a local tuk-tuk driver, one that I meet on the street. I usually just chat with, a couple people, and then the one I like that gives me a fair price off the hop, then I'll go with them. So this is the Indian rickshaw, which has kind of revolutionized the whole transportation business here in Cambodia. These are much cleaner to run. They're less costly as well. They run on LPG, liquid propane gas. So they're much cheaper to operate than traditional Khmer Tuk Tuk. They cost more. One of these costs about $3,000, whereas you can put together a Khmer Tuk Tuk for maybe a couple of grand. Some guys have switched over. They were able to put together the money. They sold their traditional Khmer Tuk Tuk, got the money together either borrowing or just got some extra money together somehow to buy one of these new auto rickshaws. And apparently some of them are just doing really well now, working for one of the rideshare apps, getting a lot of business. So I'm outside the Aeon Mall here in Phnom Penh. I'm just going to order a Grab tuk-tuk, the auto rickshaw style tuk-tuk, to pick me up. If you walk out any of these exits here, you're going to get blasted with tuk-tuk drivers asking you for a ride. So it's not surprising because it's a shopping mall. So I've got an exit here that I'm going to meet my driver at. Okay, I think this is the guy here. Yeah, that's me. So the advantage of going with a tuk-tuk driver that you meet on the street here is, they're going to probably have a little more personality. They're going to share stuff with you, most likely. A lot of them are quite friendly. They speak really good English. And you're going to get more than just from a rideshare taxi driver. A rideshare driver is just going to take you from one place to another, whereas the Khmer Tuk Tuk driver is going to give you a little bit more color, most likely. And they can just be a lot of fun. They can give you a real, true experience, not like you're going to get when you just use a rideshare app. So I think the key is just to know what the prices are to get from point A to point B. I'll leave some current market examples for you below in the notes so that you have a reference point. Just as long as you know the prices, then you can talk freely with these guys on the street, and then you'll know if you're getting a good price or not. Hey, thanks for watching that. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up, please. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. More videos here from Cambodia, Vietnam, the rest of Southeast Asia, East Asia, and South Asia. You can also support the channel by becoming a patron. There's a link somewhere around here, or will be shortly. Follow that to my Patreon page and support the channel. From Phnom Penh, Cambodia, this is John Sabo. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Peace.